Good morning. We're just finishing our setup here. Good morning, Mev. We're excited this morning. Got some fun topics, some fun stones to talk about. As always, we're waiting on Rook. Well, that's pretty standard. Gonna get our stuff set up today too, to do some other things. Go. Rook wanted to bring everything all at once. All right, time. Good morning, Dragon. We were out last night very late, and I didn't go to bed until 4 o'clock this morning, so I'm a little tired. Huh. But we were out with good friends and good conversation. Lots of kratom. You gotta turn the music down a little bit. It's loud over here. Yeah, it's better. One of the big things, and I hope you guys are able to hang around for the whole thing, because we wanted to talk about healing today. Because that's been coming up a lot. You know, we ended last week at talking about the healing, or actually we're calling it the Mending Guild. So we want to talk about like that. Yeah, I heard the Northern Lights were very pretty and able to be seen very far south. Of course, just short of us. It always sucks, but I'm jealous. Jealous. Our dogs are slowly getting used to getting their nails cut, because they hate it. So we're really hoping we can get them to do it, but because we have to cut them so fast, they're very ragged. Every time they try to jump on my leg, I feel like they're ripping my leg to shreds. Like literal shreds. Mom, as soon as I picked you up, you're gonna want to go to him.
You can't, Ma.
Oh, sorry, Irish. She ran away. See, that's why we gotta clean that off the floor. Ma, stop it. That hurts. It's the rust from the floor smoke thing.
Oh.
Told you.
Why? Because I have coffee?
No, he has tea. I like tea too.
Why you come over here?
My name is Ma Petite and I like tea and coffee. But I have a bad heart and I shouldn't.
Probably because you can cross your leg for longer. I can't. 2 seconds into it, my leg's done.
Tina wants you.
Uh-huh. Tina too big. Sorry, Tina. So I heard a little bit about that. I don't remember what I was reading, and it might not be the exact same one, but I've been hearing a lot about wildfires in weird areas. We're incredibly dry and finally got a power storm yesterday. I think it was the first of the season, so rainy season has started. Looks like it's gonna rain again today, but where are the wildfires at where you are?
7.
Microsoft Copilot. BG. There's a worrisome. Of course, now it's not in my recently opened.
Pretty good.
She's just a mean little thing.
What are you doing? He's a mean little. I'm not mean. I'm controlling of my environment. That's how I mend.
That dog.
Something else.
I am fine-tuning the tarot course again. I never got the full one out, so it's really, really exciting to really get all that back together and figure it out. The content's all there. I just need to do a couple of small things.
I want to check that out.
Yeah,
I would like to take that class.
I want to be able to do it live and audio recorded.
What is a burn?
So
Oh, and the burn ban.
yeah, I hope.
We have those here a
I
lot.
hope not. I'm not telling you, like our yard, it gets brown a little bit every year, but this year it's dust. Like there's no yard. It's literally dust. So I want to talk about healing the land a little bit. And there's really cool technological innovations that humans have made to help mend the land, even though we're the ones that
Yeah.
caused the problem in the first place.
Well, it's
I bet.
nice if steps are being taken to help correct it.
There's the actually something I wanted to talk about today too, or even on future shows, and that is there's obviously a big push to wildflower lawns, and every area, every zone kind of has its own that works. And I saw one that says it's for this zone. I forgot what zone we're in, like 11. I don't remember. But it's local wildflowers. Ours is mostly Mexican clover, I think. But you buy them and you sow them in your yard, and you just obviously you don't cut your yard anymore. You let the wild, but it takes a couple of cycles for it to really fully stick. So I really am interested in doing that since ours is pretty dead.
This is just parts of the yard sections people do it in, or both.
Whole yard. Which I think is pretty cool. And they're flowers that that supposedly will take over other things, and they don't get very high. They're low height. So I'm interested in doing that.
Yeah, little baby.
Well, I'm glad you guys got some rain. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and
Dragon.
process to get started. If we want to do our corners, if you want to.
Yes, bear with me. I'm losing my voice. Hear me, friends and ancestors from the east. Hear my voice carried on the air of clarity and truth. Watch over us as we cast our circle of safety and love.
See me, friends and ancestors from the south. See my flame of passion and creation seared into the energy of the universe. Watch over us as we cast our circle of limitless possibility.
Feel me, friends and ancestors from the west. Feel my love, fear, sadness, and joy washed into the waters of the rivers of compassion. Watch over us as we cast our circle of connection and motion.
Reach me, friends and ancestors from the north. Reach my feet and hands, the earth in my toes, and the work of my fingers. Watch over us as we cast our circle of grounding and protection.
Know me, friends and ancestors from the ether. Know my intent, know my heart, and know my spirit. Watch over us as we ask you all to join us in perfect love and perfect trust.
Hear, see, feel, reach, and know that the circle is safe, the circle is sacred, and the circle is cast. Yay! All right, I'm going to turn that down a little bit more. We're going to have the music a little bit quieter because we don't want to be screaming over it, obviously. And I'm still not fully over my cold, and Brad is just getting through it now. So Good morning.
Yeah, it started Thursday. I had no business staying that late yesterday.
Oh, it was worth it.
I literally knew I was going to regret it.
It was worth it.
It's-
You'd have felt the same way today anyway.
mm.
So good morning. Yeah, we really want to. I want to get away from the trying to have a perfect green lawn and have a lawn that actually is just natural and pretty and manages itself the right way. You know, we do so much to have the perfect lawn, which is not natural anyway. So how are you doing? What are you reading? What are you doing? Mama, the precious girl.
I am trying to focus on one thing at a time before starting 3 others, which is a problem of mine or a habit. So I'm finishing out my dementia book, Peekaboo I See Miracles, about the power of music and connecting with and awakening the thoughts and minds of people with Alzheimer's and dementia. And it's
Awesome.
very good. It's a collection of short stories, and I just can't read a bunch in a row because, like, you get to, it like affects you or me, start crying. So I read a couple, 2 or 3, and then stop. So probably work on finishing that this week. And this author, Nurse Robert Shea, travels around, and he actually came to my facility a couple weeks ago and performed for the residents. So that was really neat. I can say I've met this author.
Cool.
That's what I'm trying to wrap up before I go on to other
Ziggy!
things.
Oh my God, Ziggy! I messaged you the other day. I was like, oh my, it's been way too long. Welcome in.
Ziggy.
Yes, you do hear a kitty. She's prowling around, wanting to go out back.
Who? Oh, kitty.
Cat. Oh, I didn't want to interrupt you. What is that? What other is that? The one you're focused on right now?
Oh, Peekaboo, and then I've got my
Hi.
lucid dreaming book I want to get through after that.
Nutella wants to come up, but Nutella, you're too big. I love you, Nutella, but I don't have my lap's not big enough
Oh, look at baby
for
CC.
Nutella.
She's a little baby.
Oh goodness gracious!
She's very tiny. Tiny Tina.
There ain't nothing tiny about me. That's right, Tina.
Be careful, honey. Sit down.
All right,
Oh, what's that?
Finn.
And
Oh gosh, it's one of those. Finn's behind me, and he wants.
name Ziggy
Can you set that
Pagan.
over there?
Oh yeah, this is a nice one.
So Finn is directly behind me, and he's really interested in trying to get over here. I am reading. Oops, sorry, baby.
What's today's concerns, Tina?
I have a lot. First concern is I smell food that's out of reach. And that's not where food is supposed to be. It's supposed to be in my belly.
His dog. Oh. We
This
still
is
haven't
my
started
boy.
that section. We need to do that. That would be so funny. Tina's concerns.
Yeah, but and our are we allowed to say the name of the school we're doing on here or no?
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I'm good with it.
we're both trying to finish up learning programs and Thomas Francis University, which is a metaphysical humanism school, and it's really interesting. I'm working on the life coaching, and what are you? Yours is healing.
Yeah, it's focused on metaphysics and healing. And so we can definitely talk about that. We'll do a quick blurb because I am very skeptical of these schools, and I'm not in need of any degree to tell me how my connection is. However, I will say that this is one of those schools that if you want to get a piece of paper that says you have a diploma, you can do that. But also, if you want to put in the work and engage yourself in the content, you will learn something, and that's what we're doing.
So neat.
I finished 3 courses on quantum healing facilitation, which is really interesting. It's a very neat way to utilize the body's energy and chakras in a different way, and the chakra centers for healing. We will. Like I said, people get stuck on it's a degree program and I can be a PhD. But none of that matters. really, in the end, what matters is the content of the stuff and the interactions. If you don't do the interactions and the content, then that's on you.
But the information, although what you say is true, has been more meaningful to me than my MBA and nursing as far as useful for life, like everyday life. It's good stuff.
Yeah, and they have like certified pet therapy is another thing that they do. So, like
paranormal.
I said, yeah, paranormal investigation. There's a lot of things there, and there's a lot of people who, and the other part of it is their prices aren't like price gouged like some. Like there's, get a degree in paranormal, and like I don't really need a degree. I just want to see some organized learning about and have some things that I can pull from, and that's what we've done. It's been amazing. So we'll definitely post that in there.
It's very some of the principles through there. It's kind of like one of them. I know you don't agree completely with this, but it's like if people are in your life basically that don't listen to you or violate your personal rights, if they don't care enough for you to forget the exact wording, but basically the relationship is not going to work. Friend, lover, whatever. If they're not willing to meet you in the same space, then it's not going to work. Say goodbye, basically, they say.
Yeah, and I'm more of the mindset of even people that aren't fitting of you in the right way doesn't mean that they have no value in your life. That's just a personal opinion. I do not think you should engage or waste your time on those individuals, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a purpose for you. So I'm a little weird on that one, but it's really good. They are also a part of the International Metaphysical Church,
which is pretty cool. Metaphysical Humanism, National Church of Metaphysical.
And they have a meeting every Wednesday, which takes us to our next topic real quick. I still forgot to talk about my books.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Before we do the books, though, because I don't want to forget this. In this church, well, outside of this church, every Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m., we're going to do a conversation about cards. It's going to be called the Seers Guild. And it was born out of some requests to do some work on tarot, and we're going to do tarot. We're going to do everything you can think of, and slowly go through in a discussion format. Like I envision each person bringing their own deck and kind of talking about what they see. And let's say we pick, the first 5 cards of the major arcana. We'll talk about them, kind of like a study group thing that can eventually morph over time, but. That'll be from 8 to 9 every Wednesday, because from 9 to 9:30 we do the church's online meeting thing that they do, and it's really cool. It's just like an interactive podcast where you get to talk to the heads of the Thomas Francis University. They're also the University of Sedona, so that's probably more well known. Just because in metaphysical world, people like Sedona's the area, so. But those are just some things that we're doing just to kind of like really gain knowledge and do stuff in addition to just reading and all that and experiencing. So that's been fun. And I get to practice the quantum healing on you a couple times and do some organizational things. What are you doing?
Well, you're fat, so I'm sitting on your fat so I can be boosted.
Look at her. I swear, Tina is special.
She's a kitty.
I'm currently reading Journey of Souls. This was recommended by a friend from Kava Culture down here in Cape, and it is so good. It just rings plausible and possible and true. The way that this is approached from a scientific aspect, and like a qualitative review. It's weird. It just, you read it like, wow, that's just, can't even imagine that that's how things are. But that really feels true. So very interesting if you're thinking about like past lives and kind of where our soul and consciousness goes after life. So this book is all about that. There's 3 in the series. Brad has the second one, I think.
The third.
You have the third, so
you got both the first 2, right?
I think so, yeah.
Journey
so I've got the
and
second
Destiny,
one.
And I got Wisdom.
So we're working through those books too. Very highly recommended. I'm only about 150 pages in, And there's case studies, there's organizational information. It's not thrown on you like this is the truth. It's like, look, here's what people are saying through research of many cases of past life regression from different people and done by different people. So the results are very interesting how similar they are. So that's Journey of the Souls, Case Studies of Life Between Lives. Highly recommend that. That is by Michael Newton, PhD. And the other book I'm reading is, among others, is Gathering Blue by Lois Lowry. So this is like my fiction book of the time. So I read The Giver, and we all talked about that before. This is the second book to The Giver. This is the Gathering Blue, so we're going to see how that goes. So excited about that. And then I do have to mention, for class, I'm also reading How to Interpret Your Dreams, because in the current advanced metaphysical class that I'm in, that's what one of the main topics is dream interpretation, based on Freud and Jung.
What were we talking about dreams with last night? Oh, it was last night, wasn't it? About sleep mainly, and then
Sleep, yeah.
And then when you
Can you cover that for me, please, with your tail?
which led up to how unnatural it is to be woken up by an alarm clock and being jolted, and that really does make sense to start your day off like chaotic.
Yeah, you think about, we talked about circadian rhythms and all that stuff, and that's one of the reasons why healing was our topic today, because when we
Okay.
Tina has made a decision.
Do you need some of the sulfur?
Don't let her lick it. That sulfur's becomes loose.
What do you want, honey? What do you want?
I feel run by dogs.
What are you looking for? No
Thank
coffee.
you for your kisses, Finn.
What does she want? Do you know?
I love how he roots around in my beard. Like, he literally just digs his nose in it and wiggles. It's so funny.
She's asking me for pets.
She is.
Okay.
All right. So, see, I'm just too fat to pull my legs up. They hurt.
Ma, you may have to get down. My tattoo is being pressed upon.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. But yeah, those are my 2 books. Well, really 3. And yeah, that's where we are. Anything else you want to hit? Well, actually, no, I did want to talk about Luna F, but what else do you want to talk about before we hit our topic on healing? And healing topic is going to start with sleep and wake cycle.
Let's see. So we talked about our books, what we're looking at, and
We do have some rocks to talk about. We do that afterwards, though.
all right. And let's see.
I think that's it.
I'll just start our cards. You talked about that, the Seers Guild, and before every full moon or new moon, about the healing.
Oh, the Mending Guild. We're doing that, I believe we decided ultimately to do it whatever the weekend is prior to the actual new moon.
New moon, right. Okay.
So it'll be on a probably a Saturday or a Sunday. It depends.
You go in the Discord if you have a like healing petition or request or want energy sent, and we'll do that. And you can jump in when we do it and be a part of it or not. I think we treat it, to some order. We call them. We have a little like meditation we're gonna do, and then before we send out the healing.
Yeah, and just to be completely clear about it, if you go in Discord now, there's a section called Healing Requests, and in that section, you will put in any healing requests that you have, as much or as little as you care to do. And then the preferred emoji that we're using is the candle, if you have access to it, so we can light the candle digitally. But then on each of those months, we will have the Mending Guild, so whether you can come or not doesn't matter. What matters is that you get that request in there, and it'll always be at least me and Rook. We will run the guild. If you can show, it'd be great. You don't have to even say anything. You can just be present. We won't even ask you. You might say hi, but you can talk if you want to, or not if you don't. And we'll go through the healing requests and then do a general healing thing each month. So we used to do this a long time ago, for years, when we were part of a different school, and it was really nice.
So nice.
So we wanted to bring that back to life.
And I would say, if you have anything you've written or like, as far as like a little meditation or a little piece, and want us to use it you're in the meeting for that month, please let us know. I know I enjoy writing stuff like that.
Yeah. So our next meeting for the new moon or for the Mending Guild will be either the 21st or 22nd. Probably the 22nd.
Okay, Sunday.
Yeah. Because the next new moon is on the 25th. And the idea is to have the Mending Guild discussion and the healing discussion just around the new moon, because the new moon is what starts that building energy and that newness of things. So it's where we can start, increasing the healing in our bodies to that time frame. So really excited about that.
Give my leg a break, guys.
And that is the most that we're going to do. That's where we're going to pause out there. The Mending Guild monthly and the Seers Circle or Seers Guild.
Weekly, right?
Weekly. Mm-hmm.
Wednesday from
8 to 9.
8 to 9.
Eastern. And the Mending Guild, we are also going to create a space in Discord for that as well. I'm sorry. The Seers Guild is going to have a space in Discord too. Our Discord's getting really big. We might have to start pulling some stuff down. But that'll be open to anybody who wants to. So, and I think what we're going to do is we're going to be like, bring a deck. We're going to do tarot first, and we're going to run through an entire deck of tarot, whatever one you have. And basically, we're going to share what we feel about it, what you think about it, what the ideas are behind it, if you want to, or you just listen. And we'll talk about ours. And then once we get through tarot, we're going to look at an oracle deck, and then we're going to look at runes, and then we're going to look at just whatever else we can find, scrying bags, and then we'll start back over with tarot.
Tea leaves.
Yeah, everything. Oh, thank God. My leg hurts already. Finn's chasing the kitty cat. So healing. What started the conversation with healing is... Oh, by the way, let's don't forget. Next full moon, June 11th. 611 is your next full moon. Is it Tina?
Y'all are big.
So we got to talking about healing for a couple reasons. One, the quantum healing facilitator classes that it took, and then that brought up discussions of Reiki, which quite a few of you are also familiar with. And I brought up how I feel about it, and I feel personally how much it works, but I'm very reticent to talk about it because of how hokey people think it is. But I don't think people realize how much power we actually have to heal. And when we talk about healing, we can heal people through actions and behaviors. And I want to talk about that. But first, I want to talk, what is healing? What does it mean to heal? I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. But I'm sure you can get that started.
What does it mean to heal? So what do you, I would think, what do you feel like would be things that you would need to heal from, right? Could be mentally, physical, emotional, psychological things. Huh, Tina? So I guess that's the thing to identify first. For example, I recently started a new job 3 weeks ago, and it is just such an amazing company, what they do for the employees, how they interact and treat us on a daily basis. They have platinum standards. There's 19 of them that every day you go through one. It could be about, for example, like walk what you talk, or, and it's a positive quote and stuff for the day. So I say that because it's felt like over the past 3 weeks that every day I've healed a little bit from work trauma from the past 10 years. It's just been really nice. So that's helped me to feel better. I feel a lot better when I'm at work, of course, when I'm at home. My mindset's better. I feel healthier. I have more energy. So that for me is something that really I'm thankful for, because I needed it, and I didn't realize how much I needed a change for my own psyche, my own mental health, emotional health, until I got out of that environment. So mine was that kind of healing, but it could be physical, right? Physical pain, which we could lend energy to, psychological, emotional.
Well, I like the idea that healing is a personal thing. That real healing comes from the individual or through the individual themselves, and we can kind of bring it up, but we can heal others through our actions and through how we create environments that are comfortable.
How you treat people.
Yep, physically and mentally can be very mending. Things that you say to people can be very hurtful or mending. And that's one of the things that I think is really interesting about healing is because while we are healers of ourselves, we have an impact on the healing of others. And I have found that, and kind of, part of that through the what do you call it? The quantum healing facilitator process that I went through is that I'm not healing somebody, I'm facilitating their healing by giving that healing direction and quantifying it and qualifying it for somebody so that they can accept it and kind of move through that healing. So that's kind of the general healing thing for me is we can heal ourselves. We have the energy to do it. We can heal ourselves through the nature and through everything around us. But at the same time, what we do and how we act has an impact on others' healing. One of the most important things that we talked about last night when it comes to healing is what?
Can't recall.
Sleep.
Oh gosh, yeah. Which is one thing again today that I'm paying for. But it's the right amount of sleep for you, I guess, right? Individually.
No.
No.
Nope. If I was sleeping the right amount of time for me, I would have gotten up at 10:45.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel tired. And when I feel tired, I don't feel healthy.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So what about not getting enough sleep makes you feel like you're not good?
Well, I'm just not focused. I'm grumpy. I don't feel well. It can lead to physical symptoms. I think that's why I have a cold. I mean, I do well to get like 7 hours of sleep, 7.5, and I've been going to bed at midnight and getting up at 5:30. Well, that doesn't work for me. My whole day is kind of like I feel crummy and low energy and grumpy.
You better stop it.
It's not good. And I have to be able to say, maybe not like 9 o'clock, but maybe it start at 10. And I'm going to go to bed at 10 o'clock, 2 nights this week, and then move gradually, and then move a little earlier, maybe 9:45, and then that's a better time.
Or you're going to start going to bed at those times. Right? Start the process of going to bed. One thing we talked about last night was sleep and wake being more of a process instead of a time.
Oh, yeah.
When you quantify the time, sometimes it makes it more difficult to actually follow. I'm going to bed at 10. Excuse me, I cannot clear my throat either.
You want me to get you water?
I got stuff. I just need to clear. But we're talking about like cycling and processing sleep, right? So instead of just saying, I'm going to bed at 10 o'clock tonight, be like, all right, I'm going to start going to bed around 9:30, which means wrapping up what I'm doing. It means whatever rituals you do before bed, whether that's, throwing some warm water on your face or something that can kind of help soothe you, or even creating what that ritual is to kind of help and starting it at a certain time allows you to slowly like cycle into sleep, which is how we naturally do in most cases. And we talked about the same thing for waking up. Waking up with an alarm is abrupt and it's so unnatural to wake up with an alarm. But you know what an alarm clock looked like before there was electricity? People would take thumbtacks and put them in a taper candle, light the taper candle when they went to sleep, and then as the candle melted down, the tack would fall off and fall into the metal ball and make a ting noise, and that would wake them up. That's why I have an 8-hour candle. They'd be at a certain spot. But how dangerous is that?
Oh wow, yeah.
Little tidbit of info there.
Oh, that's neat.
But there is some systems which, again, technology coming to the rescue to fix things that we've created ourselves. And that technology is through different, like, alarm clock systems. So there's an alarm clock system that you can use on your phone, and it slowly wakes you up. It starts with a very light frequency, like a frequency, brain entrainment frequency, I should say. And it slowly starts bringing that about, and then when you get to that level, it starts bringing the next one, and it slowly, over 15 or 30 minutes, starts to wake you up without having that startle reflex when you wake up, which is terrible. And I think the first step of healing is allowing your body to heal itself, which happens when you're asleep. Yeah, and Ziggy, exactly. That 30 minutes. If I want to be in bed by 11, then at like 10 or 10:30, I'm going to start whatever my rituals are to get to sleep. And not be mad at myself if I don't hit it on the dot, but kind of head around that time.
I'm going to try that.
So that's sleep. What's the next important part about healing?
Well, I think you have to be healthy.
Yeah, which means? What does healthy mean?
Well rested, you have to feel well. I think you have to know, I think it would be important to be able to identify what you want to heal, like as far as in yourself, like acknowledgement of it.
Well, I think the other, again, if we're talking about bases and platforms, is moderating what you're putting in your body. For example, Tulsi tea, one of my favorites. I don't drink it enough, but I always feel more balanced when I do use it. So making sure I have some of that on board and having different pieces. Hey, Kelvin, welcome. I was talking about that last night, Ziggy. That was the big topic last night, was the sunrise alarm clock.
I want to get that.
And if it's the same one that I saw, it's through sound and like a headband you wear. It has the light that starts, slowly rising in your eyes, like in the band, and it wakes you up over time. They're so neat. But that actually is what started the conversation.
Hey, Kelvin. Hey, Unexplained. Yeah, I want to learn more about those, but I didn't know what they were called, Ziggy. I was trying to look for them last night.
Yeah, I found a couple of them. Some of them, there's like electromagnetic ones. I like the ones that have sound and light. I actually bought a sound bar that I want to use and see how that works. But yeah,
cool.
So healing starts with getting good sleep. It starts with moderating what you put in your body. We're not all going to be super healthy. And healing isn't always just healing the body or healing ailments. There's a lot more to it than that. So if we work on trying to do those things as best we can, because we're human and we're fallible, but we do as best we can to get where we are. Obviously, we're going to mention exercise is an important part. We don't exercise enough, but we move. We walk the dogs. Those things, those movements are helpful, and they can help with your baseline healing. Which to me leads us to the second part of this topic, which is the actual healing part. I think that's where you were headed. When it comes to actual healing, what are ways that we heal ourselves? And what are some systems and tools that we heal ourselves with? Reiki is one.
Reiki, sound, music.
Music there. Oh, yes, music is very healing.
Which I want to learn more about, but it definitely is, like I was speaking, or we brought up earlier, that it helps connect. Connect. Music is magic to help connect with, awaken the communication in people with dementia, where those pathways have been blocked.
Ma's nosy because the two cats are hissing at each other because they're playing.
She's mad she's not involved.
But yeah, so that's like one of the things about Reiki to me is using the chakras isn't just the chakras and healing. It's manipulating energy through the use of senses, but also in our imagination and in our astral version of ourselves. It uses color, which is a big part of metaphysical healing. Color and sound and energy manipulation. Those colors of the different chakras aren't on accident. There's a reason they have an effect on the body. And I think one of my things is, and I said this earlier, is like, I know it works. I felt it work. I enjoy doing it for people that I know believe in it, but I don't like talking about it to people who don't believe in it because they immediately assign you that you're crazy or this is hokey or this is stupid. When in reality, to me, it's just another way that we have to reconnect to learn how to heal ourselves, because I don't think chakra healing or Reiki is natural, but I think it's a response that of humans to interpret ways that we naturally heal. So we use it and its colors and its sounds and its methods and its visualizations, because we've kind of lost the ability to do it ourselves the way we are designed.
Well, there's definitely instances with Reiki and sound that I can identify that I felt something. There's times when you and I have done it at home, and I definitely feel the energy. Deb Kellerman, when I took a class of Reiki with her, and she went to attune me, that was powerful. When her hands were like scanning, doing the body scan, I felt it like it was a strong buzzing, a jolt of electricity, and I felt it. The other time was at the was it the Spirit Fair? What was it called? And we were laying on that table with the
sound table up in
sound table.
Punta Gorda.
Yeah.
Spirit Fest, I think it was.
Spirit Fest. I mean, I felt that. Like, I literally felt like that when that guy was moving over and scanning. I felt the energy of feeling like cleaned out.
I feel like he's gotten into something back there.
Why don't you put your ears back, buddy?
I think we have too many dogs,
I think we have too many dogs.
but we don't have enough. Well, that was a moment of silence for the puppies. Look at that face. Oh, you're so handsome. Animals are definitely healing.
Oh, they are for sure.
The more and more I read about this book of souls and things like that, the more and more I get the feeling that there's so much more to it than we know. Ma, stop it. It's not healing when you do that. No.
And then, so we talked about that, like Reiki, sound healing. And from mine, I was telling them about my changing jobs and stuff.
Yeah.
My environment, not just from the recent place, but over 10 years of what's expected of that industry and how they're forced to operate. I have developed like a strong, dull, but very strong pain in my neck, my left shoulder, and lower back. So, as we all know, mental and spiritual, those kind of things that can manifest in physical pain. So, I think you heal the mind or the emotions and the spirit, and then you have to worry about, do you have effects from it on your body?
Yeah. Well, and that's the big thing for healing for me. Like I said earlier, we all have the ability to heal ourselves. Reiki on ourselves is, I think, wonderful, and so is the quantum healing, and so is sound healing. We can all do those things, but when it's channeled through somebody else, it carries a different energy or a different feel to it, and I think that is how we can heal each other. So it's as simple as, we talk about prayer works, and whatever your denomination is, whatever your belief system is, whether it's sending thoughts or whether it's good vibes or whether it's lighting a candle. Like I love to light a candle and just focus on the person that needs the healing and sending it off into the universe for it to land where it needs to land. Or whether you're Christian and you want to pray. I do absolutely believe those things are effective and that they have value and that they are effective. Yeah. I know a lot of people don't. A lot of people, kind of feel like that's just a waste. Your thoughts and prayers is used kind of like as a thing, but it works. And it's part of that engagement through others, or that pulling energy in through others, energy that to me has such a big benefit.
So one thing I've recently done is, I wouldn't do it like a lifelong thing consistently, but I will do it when I have an issue. I've been a couple times to a chiropractor, and that has literally cut that tension. It dissolved it. It lasts for a few days. So I need to do other exercises in between, but that helped. I want to try, what's it called? Acupuncture.
I do want to do that
really badly. And all those things.
Ayurveda medicine is fucking amazing.
To help, you be right on your mental or spiritual. And then I think those things help. The Reiki, I know the chiropractic adjustment help. I'm sure that acupuncture will help.
That sound healing, like I really want to you can actually buy the sound healing bed, and it uses, I forgot what they're called. You can even buy the little things on Amazon that they're physical speakers. Well, all speakers are physical, but they're speakers that create that thump of the bass. and music, and you can listen to them and have them in different parts of your body, like laying on a table, and you can feel them throughout. It is phenomenally healing.
There's one person, another example of something like that has worked for me, and I think you'll agree, is the Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. When Anna, a lady we know, went to the church grounds of the UU, that combination felt like you're like going into the earth.
Yeah.
And being healed. It was really nice. Sorry about my voice. I'm sick and I'm losing it. So
yeah, you've said that a few times.
I've said it once.
You want to go back in the video?
When this is done, absolutely.
Okay, we will. Promise. That's the good thing about this. We can go back and see it.
Yes, Dragon.
You're going to be very interested. I'm excited.
Okay.
But yeah, it was very good.
Wicked Pride Month. Woo!
Yes, Wicked Pride Month for real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And there's the way that she does it, I really like.
Yeah.
And I know you learn it in sound healing, like when you're learning to do it, and that's not just to have sound, but to move the sound around you. And that moving is kind of like chakra work or quantum healing. You are literally trying to move energy from one area to the next, and that movement is what kind of drowns us. If you've ever heard of 8D noise, or even brain entrainment, which is a different kind of sound healing potential, those things are moving. Like you hear it on one side and it shifts to the other, and it comes around you and it envelopes you, and it does create a different resonance in your body, and it really makes a change. Manny, I don't know. I've never experienced that with her.
The incorporate, what does it say? Oh, Reiki with it. Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't done that with her, the Reiki, just the sound healing, but I can imagine when she's doing it, I am doing Reiki on myself, like in my mind and my alignments, the way I do it.
I feel like she does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 8D music is just, if you've never experienced 8D music, you should. It creates for me such an emotional response that I feel this huge ass release with it every time I hear it or listen to it or find it right. It is one of those things like brainwave entrainment that you need like headphones or noise canceling headphones, or even better, because listening to it with the headphones on and the silence around you, it moves you. Like it makes you go, like you're kind of jumping back and forth. It's pretty cool. But I think the important thing for that, when it's healing related and we're talking about healing again, is coming through ourselves. And the theory that I am not healing you. If I don't like that, and I don't feel comfortable saying I am a healer to heal you. I like the facilitator. I am a facilitator of healing that can help organize some energy and get you to work on your healing yourself.
Like tarot or cards or
same thing.
Supposed to be stuff you know and do.
I definitely believe that with tarot. Tarot can be very healing and used in healing rituals. I've actually used it a couple of times. I don't remember what it was for, but we did something for Manny's husband at one point that had a healing aspect to it that I used tarot for, and I made a blend and did some burnings.
Hey, Joy.
I don't remember when.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Joy. Thanks for making it. We're just talking about healing today and all the different ways of healing and how we heal ourselves. And as we go through training and how to help, or what we will say right now is healing others, at least I'm learning that there's no such thing. It's facilitation. That was our big thing, is we're in the most recent certification class I took, which is, again, really the mindset that I love, is I am facilitating energy manipulation so that others can better heal. I think it was. Yeah, that's what it was. I remember that. I still have I write my notes down on weird things and kind of keep them all together in a space.
When he had his surgery, yeah.
My next Reiki attempt in self-healing is going to be pulling up energy and herbs to get my blood sugar back on track, because interestingly, and this is potentially placebo or correlative, not causative, when I'm doing my healing stuff, like Reiki and self-healing consistently, my blood sugars are lower. So, yeah. Enjoy it. It's very interesting. That's kind of been one of our big focuses. Like I don't know how long you've been in here, but earlier we were talking about how we have been a member of a school. I'm actually hitting 4 years with them now. And one of the big things that they teach is a quantum healing process, which is, it's very mundane and psychological based, but there's a huge spiritual component, and it's facilitator. Like when you're done, your certification is the facilitator. I am not a healer. I am a healing facilitator, so that you can, work that. I do believe that's how Reiki works. I do believe how a lot of that stuff works. Being a Reiki master, we don't heal you. We pull energies and we move things in visualizations, and we arrange energies, and we identify and assess energies and help realign them, but that has to happen in the person, by the person. Like, the person has to be receptive to it. I remember when I got my first attunement, it was a distance attunement, and I literally woke up in the middle of the night when it was happening and did not know, because we weren't told what day or when it was going to happen. And I just woke up and I'm like, I can't go back to sleep. I'm wired, and it was a jolt, and I didn't even know for like 3 days or 4 days afterwards that I got the message say, hey, on this day, this is when we did the attunement, tell us, what you did. And that kind of happened.
Was she like in Australia or somewhere? I feel like, yeah. So that's why the different time. That's what it was that time. Yeah.
So, and it was like 3 a.m, and I'm like wide the fuck awake. But that was another kind of the lesson across all of metaphysics is we can heal ourselves. And I can't cause you to heal, but I can help environment you to be receptive to your healing. And healing takes many different versions of it, like we've been talking about. I don't want to rehash everything, but that's really cool. I would love to talk about that, Joy. Also, just so you know, and this is for everybody, we're going to post it. We have 2 major things going on that we are going to be managing, and this is going to be it. That is the monthly Mending Guild. And it's going to be on the weekend prior to a new moon, so that we can follow any healing requests that are been put up in our system, in the Discord under the healing. And then weekly, every week, Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m., we are doing the Seers Guild, which again will be a monthly thing where we all are going to start with tarot, and a group of us are getting together on Discord. We're also going to have some in-person groups. And we are, oh look, it is power rating. It's so nice.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm going to open the window. I need to hear it.
And anybody can jump in those.
Yes,
like them wants to. Yeah. Ooh, endocrine system. I want to learn more about that.
Ooh, I know a lot.
Because
that sounds so good.
That's regulation, a
The
cleansing
endocrine
system.
Is one thing that I do know quite a bit about from nursing. So the endocrine system has a huge impact on your sleep too. Oh, that sounds so pretty. That's calming music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
I gotta pause the music. I need to hear this.
Oh, I feel it's cooler. Feel a breeze.
Well, that's
Sorry,
the air
that is
conditioner.
so nice.
So yeah,
Very nice.
and I think that Tarot Guild, by the way, is not a teaching thing. I am going to use my tarot class to kind of share stuff, but the goal will be initially we're doing tarot, so bring a tarot deck. We're all going to talk about our own tarot deck, and we're going to break it up into sections, like 5 cards at a time. And we're each going to talk about what we see in our energies and what we see in our own decks, and kind of talk about what it means to us, and learn tarot that way together so that we can improve our practice. So that's cool. Those are the 2 big things. And I'm going to continue on my Thomas Francis journey, and then move into our other stuff. But we've got a few things that we want to do. I want to finish my Thomas Francis degree, and I want to get core training, which is something in mundane life we need to do. And then we're going to restart the OBOD.
Yep.
At that point, we're
Trying
just
to do
lining it
better
up. Yeah.
About not thinking we're going to do all these things at one time and not doing it.
So that's anybody have anything they really want to throw in about healing? Like we've said, one of the reasons we stopped doing this channel or this show for a while is because we're not the experts, and we don't want people to think that we're giving you all the information, because we're still new at it ourselves. We're still lifelong learners and don't know a lot of the answers. So we really want to hear more from you guys about what you've experienced to add to this discussion. It's one of the reasons why we tried to switch to Discord. The Discord thing really didn't work. for this. So we're like, let's get it back up, but we really want to hear what you have.
Ooh, water. Self-healing in water.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
9-pointed star.
I think healing comes in all elements, but there's something about being surrounded by water that
That's Airbender.
I don't know if it's the womb thing.
Oh, maybe.
People think that you feel the pressure around you. Maybe it's pressure. I want to try one of those burrito blankets.
And there was those pods that they have at the Cabo Bar, actually, weirdly enough, where you lay in a little pod with a foot of water, and it's supposed to.
Isn't that more salt though? A salt thing.
Be healing. Yeah.
Well, my magical name, I will never release all of it on something like this, but Salann is my magical name, and that means salt of the earth, and the occult salt of the earth is my full name, but in a different language. But yeah, Salann is salt, and that's, to me, salt is antibacterial. It can kill you. It's required. It's an electrolyte. It transmits. It blocks.
Ooh.
It's everything. And that is so important to me, is that salt feeling, and being connected also to the earth through the salt, but also through all the other elements. Because salt, generally speaking, to me, comes from the earth. So it's earth. It's fire because it's the energy of fire. You can put it in water for your water, and your air is that you get that electrified scent when you have a lot of salt around. You smell it. Like there's one of those things.
It's kind of like that dragon, I believe so. It's like a pod. You get in and you float. So I'm sure that's what it is. It's to relieve all the.
Where was that? Stuff. In Tallahassee?
It was, yeah.
We need to consider going there for a weekend.
That would be really nice.
Y'all, you can imagine how just awesome this sounds.
There's one we haven't had rain in months.
Ziggy, that's huge.
The water.
The constant go, learning to schedule yourself time. That is absolutely it. And never, ever, ever, ever feel guilty about saying no to somebody to maintain that time.
Yeah,
that's huge.
Like today we are.
Be water, my friend. I love that, Calvin.
Today we're going to get massages. We're doing self-care today. It was nice.
Yeah. And rest. Ziggy, another thing, and maybe this is the same idea. I think it is anyway. Tell me if I'm wrong, but when you're talking about not just sleep but rest, it's kind of like scheduling even if it's a short, like even 5 minutes of this. Like the rain hits and I love it. Open the windows and I'm immediately feeling restful and calm because just hearing that. It's just
protection spell.
No is a protection spell. Yes. No is also a sentence, right? I love that one.
Yeah.
No is a full sentence. Oh, picking up. I love it.
It's so
like I can't even focus.
The rain is so nice.
It's
cleansing. Yeah, my tea like
Joy,
that.
Interested in hearing about the divination based on the 9-pointed star. That would be something that would be super cool to bring up in the Seers Guild that we're doing on Wednesdays, but we can of course talk about it any other time. I would love to know more about that. And then you mentioned something about the endocrine system quite a ways back. Your endocrine system pretty much manages every part of you because it's so closely related to your hormones. And it regulates a lot of those things and those mechanics that your body does. And when they're messed up, you don't function properly. You don't sleep right. You don't get that relaxed time. And also, your endocrine system can tell your sympathetic and parasympathetic system when to activate and not. And if that's not activating properly, then you're in for a world of hurt because you'll be in constant fight or flight or freeze or flop. It's fight, flight, freeze, and flop now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'm going to put you down.
Those are all vagus stimulation things.
She's growling at him.
Yeah, I'll take him.
You better be nice.
She is mean to this boy.
She really is.
And he's so sweet.
I don't know why, my petite.
They hear thunder, too. I think we had really good lightning last night. But thank you, Joy. I'll share that on our guild thing, too.
Oh, I feel like I would love to sit in a water pod.
You know,
because you're weightless, kind of, I think.
Well, there's supposed to be enough salt in it that you feel like you're lighter than you are. I would love to do that. That needs to be on our list of things.
Yeah, salt is very good. Like even remember when Joy we did that exercise with it, salt,
We still have all that too.
and just like breathing in the salt. Remember how it just
Salt
to
of
me,
salt.
just yeah, it cleared everything.
We still have it.
Nice.
It's
I've never
still in
been
its
to a salt
formulation
cave.
too.
Have you ever been to Salt Cave?
No.
Never been. Yeah, we like to get them out and spend time with those salt to salts.
Yeah, we need to as well.
Love that. Yeah.
The process of doing it is very therapeutic. So it's 10:45 Eastern time. It's time for us to pivot. You know, we're one of the other things that we've been wanting to do is talk about our stones, right? So we're gonna get our little stone thingy out.
Yeah.
So that let me move my cup so that it's blocking that horrible light.
Oh, give me a penny.
And we've got 2 stones here that Rook has brought, and then I brought one.
All right, so move this out of the way for a minute. Ooh. So the first one I brought was coral, and of course you think about kind of water magic, regulation of emotions. I could see like success. For me, I could use that for protection.
Definitely protection.
Luck or good fortune, I think.
They remind me of antlers too when it comes to protection.
Yeah.
Because you know that's the skeleton of the coral.
Yeah.
The skeleton of the live animal. So it's one of those things that seems fragile but really strong at the same time.
I just feel like it's so.
Ooh, obsidian. I love obsidian.
I think if you had this and salt, it would be like really nice. And then sulfur, like the fire. I think of transformation, like when you want to get shit done. Probably some people might use it for like hexing or baneful stuff. But I would look at it too.
You're not getting the actual yellow color of that piece of sulfur. It's so pretty.
I'm a fire sign. I would look at it for passion and inspiration, and if I'm
like
starting a new project or
matches.
for work or something, working on a new idea, I could see that helping with that. I know you can't see how yellow it is. It's really pretty. Let me see if it smells good.
Smells like matches.
Yep. So those are the ones that I wanted to bring up today: sulfur and coral. Yeah.
Very nice.
Okay.
I only brought one.
I'll for you to show yours.
And I have a lot of different versions of this. See if I can get it to stand up. This is... well, what have you been eating, Manny?
Oh my god.
Oktoberfest? Because, you know, that's not going to help. That's too funny. I brought today picture jasper, and I have little pieces of picture jasper all over. I've got some spheres, I've got some raw, I've got some tumbled. This one is a key, and I bought this key at the same place we did that sound healing, the Spirit Fest in Punta Gorda, and it broke like the first week I got it. So it has been mended. One of the things that I'm learning a lot lately is the importance of mending broken things as opposed to throwing them away or changing them, because that's analogous to our life, right? We don't throw ourselves away when we break. We do what we can to mend. And the key is really important to me as a symbol. I use a lot of keys in my magic. I think keys are both yeses and nos, and they're strong yeses and nos based on what you want them to be. So if I need to unlock a door and something needs to open for me, I'm grabbing my key. If I need to lock a door behind me and get away from something and close something off, I'm grabbing a key. And this key works wherever I want it to, and every key works wherever door I want them to, because I create the lock. And I can open them or shut any door that I need to with that key. Now, Bumblebee Jasper itself is one of those energizing things. It's really important to me because it's got this energy about it. So if I need to be peppy and I need to be alive and awake and I need a lot of energy to do something, then Bumblebee Jasper is what I go for. I use a lot of jasper. Jaspers are really pretty rocks. But Bumblebee Jasper is definitely one of my favorites. It also, we assign stones to our animals, and Bumblebee Jasper is used in that assignment. But it's one of my favorite stones, and the yellow that's in Bumblebee Jasper is so pretty, and it just reminds me of all the different layers of things around us that we can tap into and pull from. When I see all the bands in picture Jasper, I picture each one of them, and this one is kind of hard to see again because the light, but each one of those layers in that key is a different element of power for me. So if I'm going out, and this is on a chain so I can wear it, if I need to do something, I know this is going to be hard if I'm asking for a raise, if I'm starting a new project or doing something really big, this key's coming with me because this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lock the doors that need to be locked. I'm going to open the ones that need to be opened. And I'm going to be surrounded by this positive, radiant, yellow bumblebee energy. This is my bumblebee key.
I like it. It's very nice.
That deserved a kiss from Finn.
Aww. And again, you can't see you can see it better on that than the sulfur.
Yeah.
It's really pretty.
The camera's overexposed a little bit, but they're much rustier yellows. It's just really pretty to me, of course.
Hey, Tabuchi.
Yakatamaguchi?
Yeah, man, I'm obsessed with keys. And I love trinkets, like just little things. I have a whole box full of keys that I use for magic. So, like when I had to lay off a whole bunch of people all at once, I had a key for each one, so that they could, open the next door of their life and move on to bigger and better things. I wanted everybody to have a soft landing. So that was important to me. Everybody knows what comes next. Does anybody want a card pulled?
Oh, they're blessed by the animals. By my petite and Finn's energy.
I'm going to use...
That's what we got today.
The stick incense today. I don't feel like...
My petite.
I don't feel like lighting the charcoal, to be honest.
I hear ya. Dragon.
Oh, God. We're going to pull this up.
Joy.
All right, let's see what we got.
Shot my petite. You want one at a time or two?
Two.
All right.
Dragon first. That's fitting. I'll tell you why in a minute. So, Dragon... Ziggy.
Joy. Kelvin. Stick. Minnie.
I say Dragon Dancer first is very fitting because today I just randomly decided it was time to pull out my Tarot of Dragons by Sean McKenzie, which is a really beautiful dragon deck. Oh, God. Vinny, I'm gonna have to put you in my lap because I gotta reach,
get my
buddy.
glasses, y'all. Not bad.
That's so funny.
My glasses.
It's getting worse, y'all.
Dude.
So we have Dragon, Ziggy, Joy, Kelvin, and Manny, and I want to make sure we don't miss anybody. So
Dragon said, "Yay, dragon deck." Look at my glasses.
something about dragon decks, especially this one. Let's see if you can see all of that. Is we're gonna center it, so we actually right here will be the perfect spot for cards. So we can put our cards right on it. It is pretty. Something about dragon decks speak to me in summer more than any other area. I'm not sure exactly why, but that is awesome, Joy. Thank you for sharing as much as you can. Totally understand that. Completely understand. Oh yeah, I'm feeling the dragon energy cycling back in again. So I just went in the room. I was like, what do I want to do today? And I'm like, you know what? When we came home last night, the dragons were really sticking out at the front door. We have our two dragons at the front that kind of, guard our front door, along with the green man and his consort. All gifts from the underworld or the overworld from Joy. From the other world, I should say. And back there this morning, I was like, dragon deck. So I'm like, I gotta pull these. We gotta do these. And I haven't used them in probably a year, and so they just kind of jumped out at me. While we're getting ready, I also want to mention something because I'm trying to get over an issue that I have. So I love doing tarot, And I love doing tarot for people that want tarot, but I have a really weird block about doing tarot in a public space. It freaks me out, and I am so nervous about it, and I don't know why. So I'm going to make a concerted effort to try to figure out what that root cause issue is, and why I have this deep-seated fear of setting up a table and doing tarot for people that just come by. I have a really hard time with that. I believe in tarot, I believe in Reiki, I believe in all of these things that we're doing, but they are terrifying to me to do for people that I don't know. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get better at that, which I'm slowly getting better. But I need to just start doing it. So that's one of the energies that I'm thinking through today, is becoming more confident with tarot. And not the tarot itself, but with the people around
Like
tarot.
doing it out in public, you mean? Yeah.
I'm not sure either. It's weird. It is so weird. And it's like some people say, like, is it because you're afraid people will pick? No, I'm not really worried about people like, oh, that's stupid. I really don't care. There's something else, though. It's like there's something in the energy of the people that I read that I'm afraid maybe I won't like, and I'll like block them out or something. Yeah, same Manny. The kava bar we go to, they've asked me maybe 2 or 3 times to do it, and I've said yes every time, and I've never done it. But I will sit with my cards there, and if somebody comes up to me and asks for one, I'll do it. But to like sit there and do it, I don't know. It just kind of creeps me out for some reason. But anyway, let me refocus on Dragon real quick. You going first?
Oh, you want me to go? Okay.
No, man.
I don't
You already
wanna-
pulled.
Yep, I did. Okay. I pulled. Let's see it. The Patriarch. And this is giving me, it's a tree. It's it's to do with Earth. And it's saying to continue or to focus, to be organized with your things this week. What you got?
We have the Page of Pentacles. Oops.
Ooh, another Earth.
Ziggy, that might be it. That's a big part of it, but I'm not sure that's all of it. All right. Dragon Dancer, I've got the Page of Pentacles for you. As most of you probably know, pages for me are representative of people. So there's an energy that's around you. That's this excitable, new, but positive energy around things getting secured in your life. So whether it's a person or you, things are starting to come together a little bit, but there's some anxiety about new things, and maybe I'm a little worried about whether something's really going to work out or not. But overall, I'm happy about it, so you're happy about it, and you're feeling good about it. This generally comes along with things like jobs or your house or your home, maybe getting something repaired that's needed repaired that's now more structurally sound, or learning how to do something around your house, setting up a new garden, setting up new things. But whatever it is, there's this new energy about that is pulling you in and saying, this is really cool. We're really going to do this. It's going to be fun. It's going to work out, and it's going to create something better for me in my home. So it's be more structured and more supportive. So whatever that is, keep doing it. Yeah, don't do that. Because, I mean, the page is all about being excited about something new and really stepping into it. They're the freshmen, right? They're the, I really want to do this. It's super cool. I'm going to learn more. I'm going to really get ready about it, and things are really going to go well. But you still have to go through the steps of the Pentacles, which is the organizational factor. It's the structure. So.
Oh, I should have left mine to put it back up there.
Don't sell yourself short or sabotage yourself. Ziggy's next.
Is it bad that I'm connecting to her picture, her spinning on that thing?
Mm-mm.
That's how I see her, because I can see her really well. The iris.
The cards are so pretty.
Those are really. I haven't noticed those before, but they're very nice.
Why are you growling at Iris of all dogs?
Peachy. Iris don't ever do nothing. Ooh.
Really? You
She
have something to say to me?
fuss with you.
She's fussing because she's not being rubbed.
Oh,
All right, Miss Ziggy.
my glasses are.
So Ziggy, your first card is the Page of Pentacles. I just shuffled like 8 times. But the cards are what the cards are. I'm getting a little bit different, but kind of the same idea with this, though. This is really along the lines of still, again, pages for me are representative of people and energies, and the page is that kind of freshman energy of, oh, I'm going to the next level. I've moved up a level. I'm really excited. This is super cool, but I don't really know everything about it. But it does usually have something to do with, and I say work as in your work stability, ability to provide for yourself, and your home life. So your actual structure, your house, the things in your house. Things are going well. They're very organized. They're very structured, but there's something new going on, and you're getting really excited about it. Maybe a little bit of anxiety because you're concerned what's going to happen. But that freshman is usually positive. They're thinking, oh, this is cool. I want to know more. Maybe you're taking on a new learning thing, like I said earlier. This could be like planting a new garden. It could be moving a room around to be more feng shui, or whatever it is. There's an action that's going to create some newness for you, and it's going to be more supportive of your environment, your physical environment.
All right, I pull flowers, earth, 5 of. Excuse me, flowers. God, I can't talk. And it's kind of telling me if there's stuff that's clouding up that work or physical environment, or making it murky or unclear, muddying the waters, to kind of push through it and get out of it. Don't spend time on mundane things that aren't going to benefit either something that you want to do, or that are going to help you in your professional or financial life. Coming out of that and just get rid of any shit that's gonna mess with your surroundings.
Shit hits the fan today.
Anything that's gonna mess with your physical environment or work, get rid of it, because it's just, don't even waste your time.
Is that an earth card?
It is.
So a lot of earth coming up today. That's very telling too.
Yeah, it is. It is. I don't even know if you can see it. Well, yeah, you kind of can.
Yeah, we can see it pretty well. It looks like.
Yeah, on the thing. All right. That's All
right, the cards are definitely talking in tongues today for me. We need to. We've been doing a lot of activity, and then there's been a lot of balance. And I remember there's been a lot of activity and then a lot of balance. But right now, I think we're in a rebalancing time. So that earth really shows up for me a lot when things need to be restructured or settled or rested.
I should never have started using these readers. It's getting to where I have to use them all the time.
Using what?
Those reader glasses.
The reader glasses do not cause you to need reader glasses. Joy is up next. Thank you, Ziggy, for allowing us to share some cards.
I'm surrounded by joy. The pomanders are right behind me. Crafts, woolies are around me. I filled them.
The green man and green woman and our dragons are right up there watching.
Man, the mirrors, we did a craft with joy.
A couple years now.
Are surrounded. I'm surrounded by loving and good things of joy.
Joy, your first card for me is 2 of Swords. This is really a cool card because the 2 of Swords talks about decisions and having to make decisions. And sometimes we are afraid to make decisions because we don't know if we're going to cut off too much or not enough. But it doesn't matter because you're going to cut off the right amount. So whatever it is you decide, recognize that you have the ability to make the decision. It's not easy to make, but once you make it, you will feel relieved and you'll be able to kind of hone in a craft a little bit. The Two of Swords are almost always like a yes, no, I am going to do it or I'm not going to do it. And when you come up to make that decision, it may not be as clear to you as it usually is, and you got to think about it, but just know that whichever decision you make is the right one. Swords are really good deck about opportunities and ideas. People think of them as, the difficult suit, but really they're about having to make changes or make decisions that are going to affect your soul and your soul's journey. So using the swords to your advantage, I always think of it as like trimming the fat off of a good steak, if that's what you want, or pruning a tree so that it can have new growth. So when you make this decision again, you may feel a little bit, I'm not sure I should do that, or maybe you do feel good about it, but regardless, it's going to be a decision that you have to make, and when you make it, it's going to be the right one. So don't let it, that anxiety, don't be worried about it. Just make the decision. I know you're actually good at that anyway, but just decide, make sure it's what you want to do, and whatever it is, it's going to be the right one.
And I pulled Demise, which is a validation to that you'll know what it is that needs to be cut out. And again, it's a yes card to that, and a validation or confirmation that it's right, and to cut it out. Wonder if can you see the device?
Yes.
See the little side Sith?
You can see it.
Yeah.
You got big safe.
Yeah, I love that card.
In the skulls.
That's like so affirmative to me. It's like, yep, do it. Do it.
People are so afraid to cut things out. I keep myself on that list too.
You feel such
you feel
a weight.
so good once you do it. Yep.
Like a weight is lifted.
And the Demise card, he's got control. Same as the Death. Yep. There's control in death, and causing the end of something or the demise of something.
Hope that rang with something with meaning. We got Mr. Kelvin, right? Kelvin. All right. Mm-hmm.
Finn has blessed the cards. That's a good one.
Santa Muerta. Oh, wonderful. Oh, sorry.
Our Santa Muerta will be there with you.
I love it. Validation. Present.
Santa Muerta is right behind us.
Yeah, I gotta tend to her.
Yes, you do. Before she starts making this house mess. That might be why VG's gone off the deep end. This dog has been eating wood, plastic, toys, just everything she can get her mouth on.
Hey, boo.
Yeah, but we love her. She's special.
Coleman said he likes the dragon deck, I think.
Yeah. I love this deck.
Ellen of the Waves. Run and Santa Muerta.
Ooh, Ellen of the Waves.
Ellen, you love Ellen of the Waves.
I do. Ellen's on my back. She's got my back.
Ooh, that is awesome. Oh, that's so cool.
She is. It's because we're not here.
I know we gotta start being at home a little more, or not leave it at such long bursts.
Kelvin, your first card is the Sire of Swords. So we're still in the swords, right? We started today heavy on Earth and we're ending on swords. So we have decisions to make. The Sire of Swords, what's really cool about him is that he absolutely knows what the decision is. If you can see in the card, it's hard to see, but he's got just a teeny little butterfly. So you see this huge, majestic, almost vicious looking, terrible dragon. And it's balanced with this butterfly representing kind of like himself. Like it's the wings, but it's obviously the softer version of it, right? So the idea with the Sire of Swords is I am on the right path. Things have been tough. There have been some hard decisions. I may not have always made the right decisions, but I have reached a place of knowledge and understanding, and I now have what I need to know to move forward. So there's something for a long time that you've kind of been sitting on. It's time to decide. I can't tell you whether you should or should not do that thing or move forward in that thing. You have to decide that. But the Sire of Swords comes up when you know the answer, and it's the right answer. So whatever that is, whatever's like coming around in your life, it doesn't have to be something huge. We'd have to do a full read to kind of get that information, but it's definitely something that that's something that has been bothering you or been on your mind for a while. And when it's time to make the decision, which is coming soon, you will make the right one, and you know enough now to make the right decision. Just have to decide what you're going to do.
And you can't really see his cane, but you're the Patriarch of Rods. He's got his cane there, and that's just telling me you have learned and can draw upon the ability to be passionate and harness that to where you're not reckless with your passion, that you're measured, you're focused, and you've got the right amount of passionate energy to apply to something without doing something. For example, I would say like I wanted to do a new hobby. I want to do a paranormal investigation, but I'm not going to miss work or call it a work to do it. You know what I mean? I'm going to do that paranormal investigation, and I've got the balance with the other elements and within myself to follow that passion in the right way, in the tempered way, in a directed way. Directed, that's the best word I can think of. Directed way.
I love it. Finny loves it too.
I'll give him a kiss.
All right, Kelvin, I hope that gives you something
Anxiety
to go off of.
killing me. Anxiety. Mm-hmm.
Next up is Mystic Manny.
We acknowledge and love Dochi today. Hey, Finn.
Dochi.
Manny. Dochi.
Dutchy.
Oh, and to connect with Manny, how perfect, her perfect timing.
Nutella.
I have one hand on my cards and one hand on Nutella to connect me to Mystic Manny.
Yeah.
Luigi. What card can you direct for Mr. Manny today, Tina? Can you
The
bless
devil.
him? Tina is blessing and directing the cards.
If you pull the devil, I'm out.
Tina has blessed your cards with her energy.
Tina, can you bless mine?
Yeah, you want her to?
Yeah.
She can bless it with her energy for
Tina,
Manny.
bless Manny's pool.
Come on. Come on, look, baby.
Oop.
Can I touch it?
Nutella. Up.
Okay, she has blessed them with her energy.
All right.
Haha, Nutella. All right.
This could go very poorly.
Why? No. Oh, I don't know. She's standing right here when I pull the cards, so she wants to make sure it's a good card, huh?
Yeah, she's so
card
precious.
is the right card, Tina.
Ah,
Tina's my buddy.
Two of Swords. So we've had some duplicate pulls today, and you guys see me shuffling, so shuffling is happening. Again, we're going back to the beginning, what we talked about. This is a clear yes or no decision, but there's some anxiety surrounding that decision, so you got to work on it. When the Two of Swords comes up, like I said, I always think of this deciding factor. Am I going to, cut the fat off of my steak to make it perfect, or cut my tree so that it can prune better? Swords also can cause lots of damage, right? They can kill, but in this case, it's not designed to do that. We're using it through knowledge and through experience. So the Two of Swords says, I've got a yes or no decision to make. It's kind of a difficult decision. Doesn't mean it's like the biggest decision of your life, but it's something you have to choose. And you will choose the right thing, but it's not going to be a fun choice. It's not going to be something like, oh, I get to choose between $10 million and $20 million. It's not going to be one of those. So whenever that choice comes up, just think back, say, this is what the Two of Swords was talking about. I'm confident. I know enough. I'm going to make the right decision and just make it. And you'll have to deal with whatever happens from that decision.
All right.
All about choices.
And I drew the Courier of Pearls. It's a water card. To me, it's reminding this week to kind of be aware of your emotions.
Hold you like a baby.
And different things. Don't allow emotions to overrule your thoughts this week. And if you need to, maybe surround yourself with a little coral or
Larimar.
some water stuff. Sorry, I didn't mean to block the cards.
Larimar would be a good one.
Of any emotions.
Get this out of your eye, Bubby. So, see, Nutella blessed with good cards. She didn't pull out the mean card for you. I was sure she was going to make that devil appear.
Ah.
She's so cute. Guys, I hope
Thank
that
you,
gives you a
Tina.
little bit of insight for the week as we pull just a card each. We'll have some fun.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah.
water healing thing, it's something about that pressure. To me, anyway, there's something about that pressure that's just really cool and really helpful.
Yeah.
That surrounded feeling of comfort. That's why I want to try that that wrap. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a burrito wrap blanket.
I believe I know what you're speaking of.
I don't know what they call it. They might call it the burrito. I don't know.
I think I've seen something that describes what you're describing.
It's like a weighted blanket, but it coddles you. You have a boy that wants to see you. I'm coming.
Well, come here, baby. You need sulfur, Bubs?
All right. So, with that being said, I think we're hitting our end here. Transition back. We we really, like I said, wanted to change this this whole Sunday circle into more of a about us and about you, where we're not just up here telling you everything that we know and stuff, because we are, again, still in our journey and we want to know what you guys know. So I really appreciate what you guys shared earlier. That was really nice. Some insights. Remember that we really are excited about our Mending Guild once a month. That's going to be on the weekend prior to the next new moon, or each new moon, where we'll talk about all those different things about mending and any healing requests that you put in the Discord. So that's going to be a big piece. And then our weekly Seers Guild, where we are going to create a section in the Discord here shortly where we will meet. And each time we meet, we are going to talk about a different part of some type of Seers or circle or something. And it is not us teaching this thing. It is, I will be using my tarot course information, like the history of and things that I learn. But also, that Seers Guild will be for you guys to share your cards. So our first session is going to be this Wednesday from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern. We're all to bring a deck. If you don't have one, that's fine. We'll still talk about it. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to. And we'll start off talking about the first 5 cards of the Major Arcana. We're going to go through them. We're going to each share our decks and as much as you want to, and talk about them and see what we get from them.
Feel better, unexplained. Thank you for stopping by. We've both been sick and understand. Get rest and feel better.
Yes, please feel better. And thank you, Ziggy.
Thank you, Ziggy.
We're so happy too. We tried doing the Discord thing and not doing this, and we just like, we have to do it. Can't guarantee we're going to be doing it every week. We're going to try, but there are going to be some weeks. I think next week's going to be one where we have too much going on and we might have to cancel, but we'll be very good about letting everybody know in the beginning. So,
Hi, Purge.
hi, Barry.
Hail Santa.
Hail Santa. I guess with that, we're closing our circle. No, yeah, we're closing our circle, but we're not breaking it, right? From the north.
All right. Widdershins to the
Widdershins
east.
to the east, undoing the circle that is cast. May it
May
be open, but unbroken.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Great. This is awesome.
The animals say thank you.
Hail Santa.